La la la. We're gonna look to see if we can cross the river, but if we go without rain long enough, the river's gonna start to go down. And I know exactly what it looks like when it gets low enough. And be like, I'm going over to the island. I've got a glass marble over there. Do 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 do. We had an eagle today. They're protective spirits. Hey, that little girl looks nicely protected. Nice dog. The dog wasn't barking. That's good. Shows mental balance. So all in all, not too bad. So that's a positive human encounter. That little girl is so cute. She's healthy, that's good. And she's happy, she's confident. It's hard to believe that young girls could have their confidence eroded. I hope they don't overeducate her. Oof. It's exactly what I want my daughter to look like. Except she'd look like my daughter. Except she'd look a bit different, obviously. And it'd be a different energy. That's somebody else's daughter. But sometimes I would criticize parents. The way you dress your little girls, it's like you want some dude to fuck them. And if you look at Kitty World and how many children's pictures are plastered here with their legs open or something. And, the sartorial world is for the prostitutes. It prepares them for presenting them in an attractive way. Make sure you don't make your little girls attractive to just anybody. But the biggest danger you're going to have with your little girls is actually their grandpa and grandma, their uncles and aunties, and maybe even you. You have to keep your hands off them. They're not food. They're not ripe for the picking. When I see relatives that are over possessive, to be possessive of your child is different than being protective of your child. Right? Right? From the outside looking in, it's different. Everyone's accountable, Got a big pile of dog shit on my foot somewhere. Haven't stepped in a lot of crap for a while. So yeah, there's the stone. And it's starting to get uncovered a little bit, so that's good. Look at those, how colorful those stones are. Beautiful, sort of yellowy, greeny gold through the water. It's amazing how the stones almost look their best when they're underwater. It's an interesting range of subtle and celestial colors. Warm. River's cold, stones are cold, colors are warm. Awesome. ears are ringing. This time of day, it's like my brain is singing. Glass has the word ass in it. A lass, a woman. Lassie. Pass or fail. I have to pee soon. Got my beans thanks to my mom. I had a fearsome couple weeks, in the realm of stalking that I won't go into completely. I've been stalked by a lot of people, so I know when I'm being stalked. Ooh. Bi means shit, so the Bible is the shit bowl or bullshit. Bi, bay, boy, the boy, cowboy, cow shit. Boys to men, the Backstreet Boys. Boise, Idaho. Poison. Boy's son, the shit with the sun. It's still pretty cold out here. My mom was right, you go through the little dips in temperature as you walk. Good. It seems. My shoulder's twinged a few times today, not too bad. I haven't had that for a while. It's good. Things are growing. I'm stretching more of it, so voices from the past. A woman can abuse multiple men, own children, rape, dysfunction, dislocated body parts. But it's always man's fault. You never have to have any moral agency or accountability. It's horrible. And I've learned to live in that world too. It's like, you can't really do much about it. I love my mom. Someone has to do that. I mean, she's still a victim, really. And, Oof. She's strong. She's living well. I don't bring her into disintegration. I help make her healthier. Whatever happens, my slate is clean. I bring great things to life. My dog is doing well. She's doing well. You just got to protect yourself from stalkers. Like, unless you have a certain economic level, right? Don't take the local buses. I don't know what I've done without my mom's help and the use of her car for the last 2 years. Like, holy fuck. What do people do? They have no one else to rely on. They get attacked or stalked. Oh, man. It's incredible. I don't know how to tell the story. If I didn't have my mom around, how impossible the last few years would have been. I lost places to get food, places to get water, full transportation, the safety even to walk around my own house without police officers looking at me like they want to mount me. If they're on their wall or in their bedroom. It's just incredible. The kind of pathology of the people who live in this area. They're all kind of demonic. Disgusting human beings. Just disgusting. That's the word I use to describe most of the locals. There's no one in this park. Nobody. Absolutely nobody. The one guy that used to walk around here doesn't anymore. I'm not surprised. Fucking crap bags that you eat around here. Passive aggressive women. No, he had a beard, but I could see why he would. Protects you. Never really had a male mentor in a critical sense, or a female mentor, which is a mind torturer. Mentor. This. Little energy is good. Protection, safety. She protects her own flesh and blood. Local woman started stalking me back here. She didn't even know for sure it was me. She just thought it looked like me. They're still stalking me to this day. Hmm. I will talk more about this in the future, but RCMP are predatory tax collectors. They're used by other adjacent services in order to maximize their ability to protect themselves from the inevitable amount of unprovoked violence that is going to be meted out by various affiliated types of people in and outside of their professional services. And I now have quite a bit of anecdotal data from direct experience and my own feeling body. So, they are quite credibly predators in every real sense. So, it's just the way it is. Some things will never change. Been thinking about that song, hey? Dun, 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 dun. Some things will never change. Oh, nice. At least we got a new seat. A new seat. Yeah, so here we are. About another hour till I get home, about probably 12:30 to 1. lots of time. People around here are aggressive. Not every person you meet on the trail, but just this region. This woman did my mom's income tax. She lost her income tax somewhere, found it, told her she owed the government $3,000, and yet the government never mailed her anything. They're incompetent. Making the seat was really important because the locals took my seat. Nailed the signs of this beautiful tree, this sacred tree, with 1-inch nails. It's incredible. Death to you. I was getting anxiety attacks. From stalking 2 years after I was sexually by a female bus driver one day. Totally unprovoked. I'm on camera standing outside the bus going, uh-oh, I think something's wrong. I don't know what it is. I'm about one thing to know. Next thing you know, turns out to be quite a big deal indeed. Next thing you know, she's pulling away, she stops, she verbally abuses me violently, and then backs up with threats. I complained vociferously. 2 weeks later, a male driver does the same thing. Same spot, same MO, is around. Their staff start behaving differently. All of a sudden, they're not so helpful. This is not the first time that a BC Transit driver in Oceanside has communicated to me in no uncertain terms that I shouldn't feel completely safe taking the bus or standing at a bus stop, because courteous service is not available to me based on the color of my jacket, my sex, my gender, or something else that I haven't figured out yet. And they won't tell me. Think about that, right? And they kept up stalking me for 2 years. There's people here that are still stalking me after I told them to leave me alone. White men and women, they don't accept the word no. What the word no means? I just want to make sure. There's a male who's been gaslighting me the whole time. Yeah. Some hornets. He's been gaslighting me. So he uses my name every time he sees me, trying to provoke me. It doesn't. It just lets me know, oh, you're still fucked up. Okay. You don't know anything about me. My mother and father called me that name. And he's just looking creepier and older every year. They just do this on habit. And the last day I saw him, I'm starting my new walk here. Another white male that I know, who's nice, said hello, used my name. Totally fine. Nice human being. So I said on tape the other day, my mom said she's going to go visit my sister. And I said, oh, they've been doing this dozens of times. It's never going to happen. And sure enough, it's like, oh, I'm not going. At first it was like, oh yeah, it's going to be fun. And I was like, no, I don't want to do it. So I would get panic attacks about this time of day and go home, and I would literally just watch the clock go all night. I started feeling really safe because like my home has become actually a safer place since I've been stopped. I was like, especially since my mother stopped drinking, because it's helping me to really appreciate what a home is supposed to be, shared with another person. It's like safe. I'm come home, I'm safe. If you have a safe home, you have a life. You can deal with anything. Come home safe. If you have roommates, you should be able to come home. It's like the outside world is ostensibly a scary world. You're exposed, right? The walls of your home, your apartment, whatever it is, your dorm room, safe. As soon as that's not safe, everything sucks, right? Whatever happens outside, well, you come home, hey man, how's your day? Oh, too bad. You can commiserate with people. No one here is going to hurt, steal, rob, dismiss, deny, violate in any way, right? So I'm enjoying that as of basically today, for the beginning of this period. Once I was attacked by several people in the area, my life became unsafe for the last 2 or 3 years because I was living in shock. Plus, I had people in my building who were also psychopaths. Plus, my mom was a drinker. And so it's like, I've been processing that anger and that blood. So when I talk about women and sociopaths, calmly, for the most part, with passion and bitterness as well, it takes a lot of work. I've gone through a lot. I've processed cancer through my blood. I've done this all day for my living. I come home and been domestically and sexually abused. So day after day after day. So I've paid my dues, People are like, oh, I'm a PhD in sociology. Yeah, I'm sure. But I did learn over my lifetime that just to look at a certain woman's body, I know I want nothing to do with her. Lots of different types of women have psychopathic bodies. on their hips, small breasts, big breasts, small ass, thin lips, you name it, big forehead. My mom does not have a huge forehead, big ass, and she never had big or small tits. She's a pretty nice person. She's a beautiful human being. And for essentially the first time in my life, we have a healthy relationship. It doesn't matter how much work I've done, how much abuse I've taken, I've done it. I have nothing to prove to any woman in the world. And I have nothing to prove to women. No prospective mate. I was like, I have nothing to prove to you. I've already proved everything to myself. I have nothing to prove to anybody. And I could never be a misogyny because in all the years that I've been sexually assaulted by my own mother, I've never raised a hand or my voice to her. You know, if I was a violent man, if I was violent towards women and capable, I would have done it by now. And also, though, if I find women around me are dangerous, I will curse you. I have no inhibitions about that, no compunctions about just, fuck you. Because I don't allow energy that makes me sick into my life.